What's going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at this Rainbow 135 LED RGB Video Light by Digipower. Saw this at Best Buy for 80 bucks, and I was in need of some sort of lighting. I'm not a professional photographer or videographer, but still needed something to try to make things a little bit better for you guys. So I saw this and picked it up, and we're going to go ahead and just give it a review. All right, so go ahead and getting inside the box. Here we have a felt carrying case. You can put the light in before you put it in your bag to carry it with you. Keep it a little safe. This is a USB-C cable, standard USB-A, one side USB-C to the other side. Here we have a cold shoe attachment, so you can put this, you can attach this to your top of your camera and use it as a kind of like a flash for your camera. There's different things you can attach the cold shoes to. Here we've got a little manual, but we know nobody reads the manuals, especially when they're this small. So, and now we've got the light here. So first impressions are it's very well constructed. It's constructed out of an aluminum material. It's not heavy. It's not heavy, but it's not light either. It feels substantial. Here on one side, we've got the different knobs that you can choose: the mode knob, the color temperature, and the brightness level. On one side, we've got a standard quarter 20 mounting bracket. Here on the bottom, we've got another quarter 20 mount, and then also the USB-C charging port. Here on the top, we've just got the standard power switch to turn it on and off. Now here on the back, you can see the LCD screen. This is where you can use all of the different knobs to customize the color that you're looking for. This bottom one there, that's the brightness knob. This top button is the mode. It has this is the effects mode. It has like a standard white where you can go from 9900 Kelvin all the way down to 2500 Kelvin. Of course, this just changes it from like a bright white and goes all the way down to like an orangish color. And then the third mode is where you can choose whatever color you want to. It has the hue and the saturation, and you can change those. What I found in my use for photography and basic video stuff is that right around the 5000 Kelvin is a nice spot, depending on the look that you're going for. It seems to work best in my use anyway. This is the mode where you can choose whichever color you want to. This bottom option is the saturation, and then the top one is the hue. And the knob that I'm turning up and down right now is, you would click that in and it would switch you from the saturation to the hue, where you can change it. Again, this is just a couple of the effects that come built in. I believe there's 24. And at the end of this video, we're gonna go through every single one of them so you can see all of the effects that it comes with and what all of the effects do. But yeah, it's a nice light. Again, it's not heavy, which is a big thing. It's not super harsh either. If you do feel it's too harsh, you can always just do the plastic bag hack. Find a white plastic bag and throw it over it, and that will act as kind of like a soft box. But in my use so far, I haven't needed it. I just turn the brightness down or angle it, at a slightly different angle, something like that. I set up my camera to take some photos, and the camera did not move the exposure. Everything, the ISO, the exposure, the shutter speed, everything is exactly the same on all of these pictures. The only difference is the light. I'm using the light, and you can see what kind of difference this light makes in all of the photographs. This is just a room light, just the standard light that's in the bedroom. This is using the flash that comes with the Lumix G7. This oranger tint is 3500 Kelvin. Then we've got the 5000 Kelvin, and I believe the last one is 7300 Kelvin. So again, you can see that the light it's not too harsh. It's not pointed directly at these items, because then it probably would be too harsh. It's angled a little bit away. But yeah, it's a very nice light, and depending on the look you're going for, again, if you want something warmer you can drop it all the way down, you know, to one of the lower kelvins. But again, in my experience, I found that 5,000 seemed to be the best for anything that I was photographing or recording. You have to forgive me. I'm not a videographer, so this thing's gonna get blurry. And then I just tried to do the best that I could. But again, the same setup. This is video with just the room light, and then I try to take a very similar video, turning the rainbow 135 light on to, again, 3,500 Kelvin, 5,000 Kelvin, and then the last one is going to be 7,300 Kelvin again. But again, I just can't stress enough how big of a difference having any sort of light makes. But with this device having so many different choices, so many different things that you can choose from, so many different settings, it's really surprised me. It's a really great light, and since it's so small, it's nothing to just throw it in your bag and carry it with you wherever you're headed. Here in the bottom left of the screen, you can see A is the bank, and then 1, 2, or 3 is the choice inside the bank. I've got the brightness set for all of these down to 1%, so that the camera could pick it up a little bit better. But even at 1%, I mean, it's still a good amount of light here. This is probably the coolest one. This is called Police, and there's another. If you stay all the way till the end, there's one more like wide angle view of the Police, where you can see what it's doing inside the room instead of just the little area right next to the light. So yeah, man, in the little bit of time that I've had this light, I gotta say I'm very impressed with it. It does everything that I want it to do. Again, I'm not a professional photographer or professional videographer, so I can't speak to it from that perspective. But for the little bit that I do, with photography and videography, it works great. And of course, it's better than the built-in flash on a camera, and it's obviously better than having no light or just using a room light. So I enjoy it. I think it's a really good light for $80 from Best Buy, and definitely worth the purchase. So yeah, that's gonna just about do it, guys. If you could, greatly appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Small YouTubers, those things really make a big difference for us, so I'd appreciate that. Okay, so here is the wide shot of the Police setting. Again, it's still only on a 1 brightness, and you can see that it's lighting up virtually the entire room. So thanks again, guys, for your time watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.